Taylor Wessing, for those of you who don't know us, we're an international law firm with offices across Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and as of recently in Palo Alto and New York. I am international head of the Technology, Media and Communications Group, and one of the things we do each year is sit down and plot the 4 or 5 verticals in tech that we think are going to be the most important for us to focus on for the coming year. It won't surprise you to know that ad tech has been on that list for the last 2 or 3 years, and it still is on that list. I don't claim any great wisdom for that. Our philosophy is pretty simple. We just follow the money. And ad tech touches our lives probably in 2 particular ways. The first is in my own world as a corporate transactional lawyer, where we are, as Julie talked about right at the beginning, seeing an increasing amount of M&A in the ad tech space, with UK and European companies going out to market at pretty regular intervals now. A lot of that is cross-border. Julie talked about some of the big US buyers, and we're certainly seeing them. But there are buyers elsewhere, and I think we're going to hear from Seth of DC Storm, recently sold to Rakuten in the Asian market. Experian, of course, have been buying in the ad tech space here in the UK. But it is if there's any excitement in the M&A market in ad tech, it is certainly the fact that the US buyers are bulking up to such a scale now that I think the prognosis is extremely good for those of us on the sell side in the UK. And the other dynamic which is really affecting this market is that in the last 6, 12, 18 months, we've seen the growth capital gap that really does exist in the UK and Europe being rapidly plugged by US money. We're seeing the big US funds, if not piling into the UK and Europe, certainly appearing with a lot more regularity now, and they're putting much, much bigger checks to play, which I think is terrific for those of you who are looking to scale up and internationalize. If you go and talk to the US funds, they will say the market is getting pretty saturated for them in the US, and the opportunities for them in Europe are just so much better. They also will say candidly that Europe is 1 click cheaper for them and maybe 2 clicks less competitive. You've seen a significant amount of money being deployed into ad tech in the States with the like of AppNexus and MediaMath, who are here today, and ShareThrough. And I think it's only a matter of time before you're going to see that in the UK and Europe as well. The second touch point for us with ad tech is the convoluted and mysterious world of data privacy. And whether you're an SSP, a DSP, an ad network or an ad exchange, the regulators around the world are beginning to shine their torches on the ad tech space, and it's not something that we can ignore. I think our own version of Moore's Law says that every 12 months data privacy doubles in its complexity, and that is what is happening. I am not a data privacy expert. I know enough to be dangerous, not educated, but a couple of my colleagues here are data privacy experts, so if you want to have a chat to either of them over a cocktail, and believe me, it's a subject which needs a cocktail, then please do. But the regulators are starting to enforce. We've seen particularly the regulators in the Netherlands, Germany and Spain take action recently. I love the Spanish model where the data privacy department, if you like, is funded by the fines that they collect, and no conflict of interest there. And happily for us, I think in the UK we have a fairly liberal regime, but it's the other regulators that we need to watch at the moment. Thank you.